Hello, thank you for joining us for this on-demand training for Lync 2013, Contacts and Conversations. Our agenda today is to show you how to get started with Lync using presence and availability, managing your contacts, creating groups, and starting conversations. I'll share some resources with you towards the end of the session so that you can follow up on your own. So you can do a lot of different things with Lync. You can use it as an instant messaging tool. You can add contacts to the list and use that contact list to gain information and to collaborate with other people. There are tabbed conversations for those folks who need to multitask. It's a very helpful tool. And there also may be persistent chat available within your Lync environment. To get started, let's talk a little bit about the basics, presence and personal information. So at the top of your Lync main window, you have the Me information, which includes your picture and your presence, whether you're away or busy or available. That's that little colored bar just to the left of the picture. You'll also notice above your information is a personal note area where you can type particular details, maybe related to your schedule or related to what you're working on. Think of this personal note area as social networking for the workplace. Down below you have your location indicated. You can change that if you'd like, where you can just type in a new location. You may have some custom locations created. Maybe you work sometimes from home. You can always adjust that. I would recommend that you check the box or click on the drop-down here and check the menu to show your location to other people so that they can see that information and you can enhance your presence with a little additional detail. In terms of your presence, you're either available or busy or perhaps away. You may be in Do Not Disturb mode, and you can set yourself into Do Not Disturb mode so that others can't interrupt you. So feel free to do that manually. You probably won't need to do much changing of your presence manually because it does update automatically based on what you're doing on your computer and also based upon your Outlook calendar. So if you have an appointment in your Outlook calendar, that shows you as busy in Lync. You also are going to notice that when you do some sort of presenting in terms of sharing your desktop or sharing a particular program, you'll see that Lync will automatically put you in a busy mode. It's going to put you in a Do Not Disturb kind of busy mode. So people won't be able to interrupt you while you're sharing your desktop, sharing it with other people. So that's kind of a new feature here in this version of Lync. Now, when you look at your contacts, you can see their presence and their availability, and that helps you choose the appropriate time to send an instant message or make a call. That's that vertical color bar, and notice also the language over to the right. It may specify that not only is somebody busy, but they're in a conference call. Lync is pretty smart. It knows when you're using the Lync audio, and it will telegraph that out to other people. Now, if somebody's very busy and they're in back-to-back meetings, you can tag them for status change alerts so that you can reach them, maybe asking that quick question and connecting and solving that issue. So you can right-click to see the menu for tagging. And then what happens is you get a little pop-up when that person is available, and you'll see that they're available, and you can click and just do a quick chat with them. Notice also that right-clicking in general in Lync gives you menus that you may want to use. So remember right-clicking. Let's talk a little bit about managing your contacts, adding them to your contact list, and using them to converse. So when you go to your contact list, there are a number of tabs here. Be sure you're on the Contact tab. And you can view by various methods. You can view by group, by status, by relationship, and I like to view by group. So that allows me to see my groups, and it's a nice way to keep things neat and tidy. I can roll the group up or expand it using the little icon over to the left. Now, to add people to your contact list, just type their name here in the search field, look for them, by their name, by their email. You can even look for them by skills that they may have if your company has set that up. And then once you find the person, just right-click, again, right-clicking, and add them to your contact list. If you have some groups created, you can add them to a particular group within your contact list. There's another way to add contacts. You can use the menu over here. If it's someone within your organization, it bounces you over to the search field, and you'll follow the process I just outlined. If it's someone outside your organization, you can add them as well, and they may be somebody who uses a public instant messaging program like AOL or Yahoo, or maybe they use Lync, but they're just in a different company from yours. So this requires federation with another organization, and that's something that your Lync administrator does. So if you have that option in Lync to add someone not in your organization, you can add them from these popular instant messaging programs, or maybe even you can add from other. Skype is something that you can utilize with Lync. So here you may be able to utilize the cross-functionality. If you have the latest Lync client and the latest Skype client, this is going to work. So just click on Add Somebody from Skype. Again, you're just going to get a handy pop-up that prompts you with all the pertinent information, their instant messaging address, etc. And then you just add them to your contact list. Now, because you're connected to them here in your contact list, you can start an instant message conversation, or you can use the audio functions of Lync and Skype to actually talk to that person. You might want to create groups. I like them. I think they're a great way to organize. So to create a new group, use this handy menu and create a new group, name it, and then set about adding people to your groups. You can pull them from other groups. You can open this up and add them, copy them. People can appear in more than one group if you'd like. If you want to take a perusal around your Lync client, I might suggest that you hover above a contact over here and see their contact card. And here it is. You'll see a number of different tabs along the top. The contact tab just gives you basic info. What's this person's name, their job title, their location, email, phone number. You may want to take a look at the organization tab so that you see the hierarchy. So who is this person's manager and who reports to them? And I like the Notes tab as well. That allows me to jot down a little note about this person, maybe notes about the last time we spoke, and I can open it up and review if I'm planning on making contact again, so I can do that. Another thing that's really interesting is the What's New tab. That allows you to connect across social networking sites. So let's say that you know that you and Peter here are both on Facebook, you're Facebook friends. So you can connect over here on the What's New tab and see Peter's Facebook updates here within Lync. The idea is to make it simpler and to make things a little bit more streamlined so you don't have to go bouncing around to different locations to see all the information that you might need. Privacy relationships in Lync can be viewed by clicking on the contact, right-clicking on the contact, and taking a look at the privacy relationship. So you may notice that someone's in the field of colleagues, and you can see it's specified what colleagues see about you. So this is all about what kind of information they see about you. You can change that particular privacy relationship if you'd like so that you can adjust it, making it friends and family or work group. Notice that work group, those people can interrupt you when you are in the Do Not Disturb status. So those are probably the people that you work closely with, that you need to stay more in contact with. And so pay attention to those privacy relationships and change them as needed. Now, when you want to start a conversation, you're going to notice when you hover over a person's picture that the quick link bar makes it really easy. These are very obvious icons. This one is to chat. And if I want to start a chat, I can do that. And then if I need to add more people, down at the bottom of the chat, we have the people menu, and there's the button to invite more. So we can add more people, have 3 or 4 people in our conversation together at one time. If I want to add audio to my conversation, this button connects us via audio. Now, I may just want to start off making a call. And with that quick link bar, you'll see the option to call. A lot of people just use the link call. That may be all that you have. You may also have other options in this drop-down list, being able to call their mobile number, their work number, or some other number. So if you have those additional options, then you have Enterprise Voice. And that allows you to make a call from your computer to some other device that's not necessarily a computer. If you make a link call, this is a computer-to-computer call. Sometimes it's referred to as peer-to-peer audio or voice over IP. Now, also, if you have Enterprise Voice, you'll have a phone tab, and you can use that just like a phone. If you want to order lunch for everybody, dial the number and hit call, and feel free to use that as you would any typical phone. Now, if I want to start a conversation with a whole group of people, I could right-click on the group and then send an instant message to the whole group. So I've gathered everybody all together by grouping them, and it makes it easy when I want to connect. Notice also that right-click menu allows me to start a conference call with the whole group. So this is another very good reason that I like to use groups. Now, we know that Lync is connected to the Outlook calendar. If you have an Outlook out-of-office message, it shows up in your personal note area. Lync is also connected to other Office products like PowerPoint and Excel and things like SharePoint. You're going to see those presence indicators all throughout your Office suite of programs. Wherever you see that little presence indicator, just hover, and now you've got that quick link bar. So you know you can communicate right there from the document you're working in. You don't have to go back over to your Lync main window to start a chat or make a call. If you get an incoming alert, you can look at that alert. You'll see the picture of the person who's contacting you. Over here, you can tell that it's a chat. So that's the little icon indicating that they're chatting with you. If you'd like to accept, you're off and running. Maybe it's not a good time. You're about to step out, so you can ignore it. Or you can set yourself to Do Not Disturb, signaling to the other person that you're busy and also preventing others from chatting with you. In Lync 2013, just very recently, we've got a new feature where you can copy and paste or drag and drop images into your chat. So it'll pop up right in the body of that chat. And that's a nice way to illustrate something very specifically. You can also use sharing to share your program that you've got open on your desktop, or maybe share your primary monitor, your secondary monitor. Lync is smart that way. It knows when you have a couple of monitors set up. If you don't, it'll just allow you to share your desktop. And there's other things you can add as well. But in a last-minute sort of ad hoc type conversation, you'll probably just do some last-minute sharing of what happens to be on your desktop so that you can show people what you're looking at. I really like tabbed conversations in Lync because it keeps things organized. When I'm having several conversations at once, tabbed conversations just takes over, puts them all in a nice organized fashion. You can see when somebody's added an image or a comment to a conversation, and you can bounce around to your various conversations and keep all of those balls up in the air. So you can pop out an individual conversation if you need to. And one thing you'll want to do is in your Lync Options, you'll want to go to the General tab and make sure that you've enabled those tabbed conversations. If you want to look up an old conversation, go here to the conversation history and just scroll down and find the conversation you were having. You can double click on it, and when you do that, you can open it up again and just start up where you left off. You can also view the conversation history in your Outlook folder. It's inside the inbox, and that's another nice way to look up an old conversation. Persistent chat may be available for you. It's an icon here if you've got it. Now, not everybody has it. It may not be appropriate for everyone, but essentially what this is a chat room icon. And you may have access to several different chat rooms. If you go into one, you'll see the conversation string, and you can see that it may go back for several days, several weeks, several months, and you can hold that extended conversation around a particular topic. So you can add your comments here, and if you want, you can set up alerts to let you know when something has been added to this particular conversation string. All right, I'd like to share a few details about setting options, particularly related to audio devices. And you can find your options in your Lync main window in the gear wheel under Tools and Options. And we talked about setting the tab Conversations under General. There's other things you may want to set up, particularly being a new user to Lync. You may need to set a picture, and you may also need to go into the audio devices and tell Lync what kind of audio device you're using. Plug it into your computer. It may be anything from a headset to a soft phone, and once you plug it in, it'll be recognized, and you can choose from the drop-down list which is the most appropriate device that you typically use whenever you use Lync Audio. So I typically use a headset, and that's not like a music headset. It's more of a USB type headset. It plugs in with a USB port. And if you're looking for good Lync devices, all you need to look for is Lync Optimized, and you should be good to go. You can even check the sound here, playing a tone, making sure everything's working for you. So let's share a few resources and wrap things up. You can go online and take a look at the Getting Started with Lync, very helpful. Also, the quick reference cards may be a good tool to utilize. And if you'd like to join us for further on-demand trainings or live trainings, feel free to come back to our training site and sign up. We would love to see you. So with that, I'll wrap things up, and thank you so much for viewing this on-demand training for Lync 2013 Contacts and Conversations.